Oh, you're okay right now without.
Dad, I need real
Okay, not right now.
For generations, being queer has not been easy for college students. Society and even CSU has long privileged those who identify as straight. But this story is focused on the change. In 1870, Colorado Agricultural College was founded, eventually becoming Colorado State University in 1957. Fast forward 127 years, the Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, Transgender Student Services officially opens, giving LGBTQ+ students their first physical space on campus.
As I recall, there was a Gay and Lesbian Student Services office in the Student Center, buried in the basement. I think the area was called the Cave, and it was just dingy, dark. Unfortunately, the main focus during my era, and growing up, and also during my time at CSU, was the AIDS epidemic. And so obviously there's a whole portion of my era of men that are gone, and that was the primary focus. If you heard anything, it was primarily what was going on with the AIDS epidemic.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the benefits of having such a large following and fan base. So what was one of your first big purchases with your OnlyFans money?
I bought a new car in 2020 with some of my OnlyFans money, and that's been like the biggest purchase I've bought.
So is your family aware of your OnlyFans?
Yeah, they are. They all know. Everyone in my life knows. My previous jobs that I've been working for while having OnlyFans know. It's not something I try to hide or confine, because if it's something I'm trying to hide, it means I'm embarrassed about something. And I'm not embarrassed about OnlyFans.
My favorite thing about working here is being around the plants. It's such a pretty, peaceful environment, and it just really helps you connect to nature in a different way than when you're actually outside, but then you also get to be outside and connect with nature in a different way because you've been in here.
With many people calling the Rocky Mountain Showdown the game of the year, it is to no surprise why it is surging in attention online. But many of the online comments are furious fans outraged towards CSU. The fuel that started this fire came from Jay Norvell's comment towards Deion Sanders. So, I was curious and asked CSU students how they felt about it.
I think it helped, add to the whole week and the game itself, and I think it helped the players play harder.
I thought that was fine. I think Deion is kind of a baby for taking that how he did, but I thought it was fine. I think it was too offensive.
I actually think we may have gotten beat by worse if he hadn't said that.
We said it, wasn't that big of a deal, and then the whole media made us to be the villain in the scenario just because of a little comment about some sunglasses.
Coach Sanders was quick to respond to the comment, handing out sunglasses to the entire CU team.
You got the shades. I'm gonna give you these.
As well as handing a pair to the First Take announcers during the pregame show on Saturday.
Well, you gotta be right now. You gotta be tight.
CU is one of the most followed football teams in the country right now, with a record-breaking 9.3 million viewers and the 5th most watched college football game in ESPN's history. It's safe to say this team has the attention. Even big-time celebrities are taking notice. So I asked CSU students if they felt Colorado lives up to this hype.
Yeah, I mean, they deserve some hype. They also have Dion. I mean, I don't know, it's a big deal. They replaced their entire roster pretty much. There's like maybe 1 or 2 returners from before he got there. So, yeah, I think they deserve it.
Tonight, CU's key player, KJ Simpson, their point guard, definitely up and coming. We have a 5th-year point guard. He's going pro, so I'm hoping Zay can show him some things. We'll see, though. Look at the backcourt. Look at Memba tonight. Cartier's out. I don't know if Lake's playing. It's going to be a good one, though. Whoever gets more rebounds.
Are an open club, so anyone's allowed to join at any time.
I always tell people who are joining the rugby team, I always say, hey, look at me, I'm 5'8" and 155 pounds. I've been playing for 9 years, and I get to play on one of the best teams in the nation, and I hold my own, and you can too. So I like to kind of show by example that anybody, any size, shape, that you can play rugby.
But the bittersweet truth always dawns. Similarly to the cigarette that has morphed the silhouette of my fingers from the constant need of its distraction, I don't want to let him go. I should love them from a distance, but I don't. Instead, I light the ghastly flame, put my lips against its intoxicating shape, and inhale the fumes that will most certainly cause more suffering than a world with its absence. I know that when the last hazy cloud leaves my breath, I will be overwhelmed by the burden of its memories. Memories I wish were as disposable as one cigarette to the next. Like love, I do things that entice my most present needs. No shame to indulge in the fantasy of my daydreams, to reject consequences and reassure fiction, to love behind the lens of tinted shades and to wear them no matter the weather.
LSD, often referred to as acid, is a synthetic substance that belongs to the psychedelic family. LSD can cause visual hallucinations, distortions of space and time, euphoric perceptions, and confusion. Side effects include dilated pupils, loss of appetite, sleeplessness, and increased heart rate. LSD causes changes in sensory perception, such as intensified colors and enhanced patterns. It is derived from ergot, a fungus that grows on certain grains like rye. It is commonly ingested orally and taken in the form of a small paper square called tabs that users put on their tongue before digestion. By taking 1 tab, users can feel the effects for upwards of 24 hours, depending on the potency. LSD is used in many contexts, often for concerts, music festivals, hikes, and euphoric alignment, but it is becoming a common party drug as of late. LSD became popular in the 1960s as part of the counterculture movement and remains one of the most well-known and studied psychedelics today. In the United States, it is classified as a Schedule I controlled substance, making it highly illegal due to the potential misuse of the drug. While some users praise LSD for its euphoric enlightenment, others may experience a bad trip. Users who experience this can have symptoms that include extreme anxiety and paranoia. Factors such as dosage, user's mindset, expectations, and setting can influence the likelihood of a negative experience. Like almost every other drug, LSD can cause different experiences depending on the individual.